Inputs and outputs are used all the time when programming. So inputs is where you ask the user to type something in and you will use that within your code. And outputs is outputting something to the console. So we'll start with outputs. The print function is the main way you would output data. So if I write print, anything I encapsulate in brackets is what's going to be outputted to our console here. So in this example, I've just wrote the word hello with speech marks around it. This is referred to as a string, and I'm going to do a whole video on strings later. If I press run, the word hello is output to the console. Now this in itself is useful. If you combine it with asking the user for information, it will become far more useful because you can start personalizing your program and personalizing messages. So for example, if I start by making a variable called name, in a previous video you will have seen me just write Dan. Now that has entered the name Dan into a variable, but if anybody not called Dan is going to use my program, that's relatively useless. So an alternative is we can ask the user to type something in by writing input. And then in brackets and speech marks, we just need to write a message. So we can say something like, enter your name. Now, when we run our code, it's going to ask the user to enter their name. Now, at the moment, because my output is just simply the word hello, it's not really affected. I've not used that input to affect the output, but we can do. So there's multiple ways we can do this. So I can write a comma and then I can write name, because you can have a comma to separate things in a print statement. So I can print out the string hello and then the variable name. If you remember that that's called a variable. So when I run this and I enter a name, it now says hello Bob, which is starting to become more useful. Now there's a couple of other things I want to show you. If you imagine we had multiple variables, so we'll have multiple inputs. Enter your age. So we'll take the user's age and their name. We can write a longer message. Now, the best way to print variables and strings together in an output isn't like the way I just showed you. It's using something called format. So first, I'm going to write a nice long message so I can say, hello, your name is name. So I want this to say name as a word, and I want that to be whatever's in the variable name. So I can say, hello, your name is whatever's in the variable, and you are age years old. Now, at the moment when I run it, if I type in Bob and 44, it's going to say, hello, your name is name and you are age years old. That's relatively useless. So I need to incorporate the variables at certain points in my sentence. Now, the best way of doing that is if you write an F at the start of the print statement, then anywhere you've got a variable, you just need to use the squiggly brackets around the variable name. I'm going to do the same around age. And wherever you use these brackets, the computer is going to go and look for a variable with the same name. So when it sees these brackets here, it's going to go and look for a variable called name, try and find the contents and fill the gap. And there it's going to do the same thing with age. So when I run it now, enter your name, Bob, enter your age, 44. So it says, hello, your name is Bob, and you are 44 years old. This is much more useful as a program, and you need to get used to using inputs and outputs because you're going to use them in the majority of programs that you write.